back again. So this is my part 2 to my 5-week and 4-day pregnancy vlog. I keep clapping to myself because I'm so excited. Because if you've been watching my videos, it's pretty much taken us almost, I wouldn't say a year, but almost a year of conceiving, of trying to conceive, TTC. So as any of you know who's been trying for that amount of time, or trying for a couple months or even a couple years, no matter how much time you try for, it hurts, and you know, any BFP is an exciting BFP. So if you didn't watch my last video, it's just about how I thought what symptoms I had when I was pregnant, or before I suspected I was pregnant, and where I was in the world, where I think we conceived, and just little things like that. So watch that one. But this one is going to be about symptoms now at 4 or 5 weeks, and what I plan to do differently in this pregnancy to my last pregnancy, because I already have an almost 2-year-old, he's 2 on Sunday, and diet, exercise and things like that. So I'll start off by when I was back in LA, which was I think we got to LA like the 14th of September. You know, I still wanted to go about things normally, so I ended up going for a bit of a hike up Runyon Canyon. It's right in Hollywood there. Really good hike, quite strenuous, and I would consider myself as a fit person, and I already found that pregnancy was taking a toll, and I was out of breath a lot more, and I had to make sure that I stopped and I took a breather, because I didn't want to overheat. I didn't want to get my heart rate over a certain amount, because I've heard mixed stories where you can train and run. If you've already run before and you're already at a certain fitness level, you can keep that up during your pregnancy. You don't need to stop. Then I've had other conflicting stories of, no, don't get your heart rate over a certain amount, don't overheat your body, and blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh, this is giving me a headache, because I really don't want to put on 30 kilos again like I did with my son. So that day when I went up there, I'm like, just keep going, don't stop, don't turn around, your body's fine, just take a bit more of a breather. So that's what I did, and so I've been doing that. I've been trying to exercise every day, but nothing too strenuous. But at the same time, I kind of want to push myself a little bit, not more, like I still want to go back to the gym and do an aerobics class and things like that. Don't want to completely stop. Whereas my first pregnancy, I was terrified of miscarrying, and you think I would be now after what happened last time, but things are a little bit different to what happened with my last miscarriage, and I think I've really got a good feeling about this. I think this is going to last and come out as a baby. So I have really good feelings about it. But I'll talk about more diet and exercise in a sec. I'm just going to talk about my symptoms for the last week up until now. As I thought I was a little bit further along, maybe, I don't know. I thought I was, like, I'm 5 weeks and 4 days now. I thought I might have been 6 weeks and 2 days now, just by going off the first day of my last period. But because I've had different, you know, weird cycles, I think that this is just, the ultrasound I had yesterday has calculated differently. So I'll talk about that more in a sec. Blah, blah, blah. So my symptoms, I thought I would have been having the sore boobs, because that was my first symptom. Pretty much my first symptom I had with Jackson, other than my spotting. I had the biggest, sorest boobs, and I don't now. Like, I went from an A up to a double D with my son, and straight away in the first weeks. And it's funny, because coming up to my period, normally before my son, my boobs would get a bit bigger, fuller, and they would be more sensitive. Ever since I've had my period after breastfeeding with Jackson, my boobs have not changed. They are like A cups. They are nothing anymore. So I was expecting my boobs to get sore, and that was like, and I've always said in my previous videos, once my boobs get sore, I know that I'm pregnant. And this time around, I'm kind of scared, because I'm like, why aren't my boobs getting sore or bigger? But I've kind of actually, I looked at Lucy, she's Joel, XXX Joel Pole, XXX, with her 3 kids. And I noticed that her second pregnancy, she was saying that her boobs, I'm pretty sure it was her boobs didn't show any sign of difference when she first found out she was pregnant, until like maybe 7 or 8 weeks. And she was saying her theory, or what she read, was because they had already done so much work in preparation for breastfeeding, that it doesn't need to go through that process again, so therefore they weren't getting big or sore. So that's my theory anyway. I do think they have grown a little bit just from the bra that I was wearing yesterday. I'm like, oh, they're poking out a little bit more, but nothing to be for my husband to be like, yeah, they're bigger. Because I'm like, wait, are these bigger? And my nipples haven't got any darker, I don't think. The only thing I would think maybe is that my nipples are harder. I don't know. So my boobs haven't really changed. I have been feeling a bit of nausea, and when I say nausea, I would say not to the point where I'm throwing up. I want more nausea to know that this pregnancy is progressing and, you know, my hormones are getting stronger. It's so weird, I know, like a lot of women say I don't want nausea, but that's the first sign, I think, for me to be like, okay, things are progressing well. Especially what happened last time. So, but I didn't even make it to this point last time. I think I only would have been 3 weeks, I don't know, maybe 10 days past ovulation when I found out I was pregnant. So anyway, or 8 days even, I don't know. So this time around, I'm actually feeling it's more calf sickness. Like if I don't eat in the morning, which I do eat, but like, you know, when I first wake up, I feel a little bit queasy in the stomach. And then during the day, I'm pretty good because I'm snacking, but sometimes I'll be like uneasy in the stomach, and then by the night time, I think I'm going to experience it more in the night time, because in the night time I've had one time there when I wanted to throw up. Not wanted to, but I thought, oh, this is a bit icky. But I want it more full blown, like bring it on, I say. But then I'll say that and I'll be like throwing up every day and almost dying. So maybe not full on, but just enough that I know that things are going well. So nausea, just a little bit. I'm really thirsty, drinking all the time, which maybe caused me peeing all the time, but peeing all the time is definitely a symptom, because I normally drink water before I was pregnant and I would not have to pee as much, and when I have to pee, I have to go like right then and there. I found that I'm a bit constipated. I really have to get my body out working in the morning, like go for a walk to get things moving along. So that's another symptom. What else? A bit bloatedness. I'm going to show you my belly, and compared to my 12-week mummy challenge belly, it's definitely changed. I mean, I've been on holiday and I haven't done my abs, and I haven't been to the gym, and I haven't done running or anything, so my body has changed in the 6 weeks that I've been on holiday, but I plan on getting back into the gym. I'll talk about that in a sec. So, and just obviously a bit more tired and out of breath. Like I walk up the stairs and I'm like, and tired. Yeah, I had an afternoon nap yesterday, and I never have naps, so after the bath I was like, oh, and I never take baths, but I'm like, I need a bath just to relax. Yeah, so just a little bit more tired, and with a 2-year-old toddler, that's hard. So he's actually asleep at the moment, so I'm going to try and do these vlogs when he's asleep or when he's awake, so he can be in the video as well. Either way, it doesn't bother me. But I'll show you. So you'll think that dark line is the control line. No, that is the pregnancy line. So it's really strong. I took that last night, so of course it's going to be quite strong, but that's 5 weeks and was it today or yesterday? 3 days? This was, I think, my very, very first one, and as you can see, that line just there, and it's really, really, really faint. Maybe that was my second one. I'm not sure if it was as dark as that. So, yeah, and then this one was done in LA maybe a week ago, and it's supposed to be that the vertical line is the pregnant line, so that's obviously clear. So I have pretty much made the shop sell out of all their pregnancy tests everywhere I've been in the world, because I just want to make sure that it keeps coming up saying pregnant, or it keeps showing me the lines. You can actually get those clear blue digital tests, and it says how far along you are, like 2 to 3 weeks or 3+ weeks. That was 3+ weeks, meaning 3+ weeks since you conceived, and it means in the little graph there that you're 5 weeks along. So they're pretty cool. I couldn't find those in America though. I didn't go to a lot of the chemists. I think I'm going to have to make a part 3. I'm really, really sorry, because I don't think it lets me go on any further, and I still have to edit a little bit. So please stay on, because I'm going to just talk about pregnancy, exercise and diet. Yeah, and what I plan to do a little bit differently this pregnancy to my last pregnancy. So stay tuned. Alright, bye.